sure and they're steady.
Playing your old team is always a team that you never want to lose against. So I think for me it's making sure that I take a lot of pride in wearing this blue Mystics dress. It is home for me, and making sure that I look after my teammates out there on court.
It's really intense when we played the Mystics, I must admit, and definitely pride is on the line.
Just shows you the urgency, the commitment going on.
I know for us this game is going to be a huge challenge for us. We're just going to have to go out there and take every ball like it's the grand final, and making sure for me that I nail all my shots.
Yes, this could just be as good as it gets for Kiwi netball fans in 2010. The Mystics unbeaten, the Magic on the warpath after getting first points on the board last week. This is gonna be a blinder. Yes, hi there and welcome to the Wild West, and we're at Trust Stadium in West Auckland. Kath Harvey-Williams, you'd have to say the Mystics going into this match are favourites.
Well, you're right about this is going to be a blinder, Tanya, but you would have to say the Mystics are favourites. Yes, if you go on the performance over the past couple of weeks, the Magic have been a little bit slow out of the box. But at the same time, let's not get carried away. The Mystics have only had one tough game. That was against the Thunderbirds in round one. Today is a true test of character for this Auckland side.
Okay, well, time now to take a look at the points table. And still early days after round two. I guess the big one, the Vixens, they start how they finish on top of the table. The good one for the Kiwi fans, the Northern Mystics sitting second. I guess the one that we were worried about, the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic, just sitting at fifth. And I guess the surprise, Queensland Firebirds, Adelaide Thunderbirds, only sitting at eighth and ninth. Well, this is just the first one of many massive clashes over this Easter weekend. Tomorrow, the Battle of the Birds. Yes, Firebirds up against Thunderbirds, both searching for that elusive win. Following that, the Canterbury Tactics, well, that's a big ask for them up against the New South Wales Swifts, who'll be searching for that 3 from 3. And then Monday night netball, yes, Southern Steel in Dunedin up against the Central Pulse. Following this, top of the points table, Vixens up against the Fever. And Kath Harvey-Williams, you'd say the Magic have lacked a bit of cohesion, struggling with their links. What do they need to do today to come out on top?
It's probably no surprise because they do have some new recruits, particularly in the midfield with Peter Scholes and also Jodie Brown at goal attack. And they also didn't take part in any pre-season competition. So expect this Magic side to get better as the season progresses, and that could well start today.
Well, here at Trust Stadium, can it get any louder? The word is close to capacity, so well over 4,000 people here, out soaking up some of the atmosphere. Our very own match commentator, Jenny Woods.
Tanya, this crowd was treated to an absolute thriller 2 weeks ago against the Thunderbirds. They've come back for more, and they've come back in their droves. And I tell you what, I think there's a fair few from south of the border as well. Remember, these two sides are neighbours, and they know each other's play inside out. So, look, I'm picking the Mystics, but boy, they're going to have to play well to beat this Magic side. One thing I do know, the crowd is going to be loud.
That's right, Jen. Without doubt, this is going to be a humdinger. Now, these sides have come up against each other 4 times since the start of the competition. The Magic have won all 4. Let's take a look at the Fisher and Paykel head-to-head.
The head-to-head is proudly brought to you by Fisher and Paykel.
Oh, the Mystics, it is a high ball, finds Latu. Oh, what a beauty! Oh, wow, Wayne, did you see that? Oh, jeepers. That's easy for Williams.
We're back live at Trust Stadium in West Auckland, where the Northern Mystics are bracing to face 2009 semi-finalists and New Zealand's great hope, the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic. Game 1 of round 3 in the 2010 ANZ Championship. And Kath Harvey-Williams, I need to ask, Jolene Henry, Maria Tutua both played for this Magic side, and they're now with the Mystics. That inside knowledge, is that going to help at all?
Oh, it'll help a little bit, but once they get out on court, things will change. But there's no doubt these players will have some nervous excitement in them. They need to contain that, and they need to make sure they contribute like they have over the past couple of weeks. They're star players, and they're the reason that the Mystics are currently in the position they are in and favourites to beat the Magic here this afternoon.
Okay, time now to take a look at the starting lineup for the Magic, and I guess you'd say, Kath, pretty predictable.
No surprises. This is a team that lined up last week when they beat the Steel. It's a very talented lineup, and let's not write them off. People are tipping the Magic, the Mystics, but the Magic is so strong, starting from the back with Casey Williams. She's a star, had a slow start to the season, but she'll continue on and improve over the weeks to come. Their mid-court is very solid. Peter Scholes, a great recruit so far. She's had a fine start to the season. Laura Langman leads from the middle, and then there's the shooting end. Everyone knows these names. Irene van Dijk and Jodie Brown. They've played together in the Silver Ferns. They just need to try and improve their links and play a little bit better than they have over the past couple of weeks. There are options on the bench with Tuki and Waititi, possible options to be called upon.
Okay, well, time to catch up with their coach, Nolene Tarua, who is sidelined with Jenny Woods.
Nolene Tarua, we saw shades of the old Magic last week against the Steel. Are we going to see more this afternoon?
Yeah, little increments will be really good for us. We definitely want to get consistency and improve from last week.
What particular things have you been working on?
One is possession of the ball when we have ball in hand, and the second one is smothering defence.
Thanks, Nolene.
Well, Peter Schultz, Nolene Tarua has said she is the buy of the season. What does she need to do out there today?
And she's just said they want defence to be smothering. Peter Scholes will contribute to that. She's a great leader. She's a typical Aussie. When the chips are down, she'll come through and do something special for her side.
Okay, down the other end, Jodie Brown, she needs to lift her game. She's got great shooting percentages, but that movement in that circle needs to improve.
She just needs to be a little bit more confident, Tanya, and go to the post, and also be confident in terms of feeding off to Van Dijk, which might be difficult today considering she's up against Althea Byfield.
Okay, their opposition today, the Northern Mystics. Let's take a look at their starting lineup, and I guess the big one, Grace Rasmussen gets the nod at wing attack.
They're sticking with the formula that's been successful for them over the past couple of weeks, so why not? We expect to see Jenny May Coffin come in at halftime, but Byfield and Henry, they've had a great start to the season. They're combining well. That will only improve, so they'll certainly contribute today. Temapara George, she'll have her work cut out against Laura Langman. Wilcox and Rasmussen need to make sure that they just lift their game a little bit because they're up against tough opposition this afternoon. And the shooting end, this is the reason the Mystics are near the top of the ladder. Latu and Tutua have been combining extremely well, been putting up lots of attempts, lots of shots. They'll have to do that today, and there are options on the bench. Jenny May Coffin will certainly see at halftime.
Well, their coach, Tiara Hakinen, she's sidelined with Judy Woods.
Tiara Hakinen, the Mystics, they've never beaten the Magic. How are you going to make that change today?
Well, the focus still is on our own game and making sure that each individual does the job. Taking the emotion out of it and making every point count.
And do you think any particular area of court where it's going to be won or lost?
I don't think you can just isolate it to one area of court. Against Magic, they're strong throughout. And so for us, it's about nailing it in every quarter.
Thanks, Tiara.
Kath, I guess the big one, Catherine Latu, she's going at 93%, sitting on top of the shooting stats, but her movement, it's going to need to deliver today.
She's one of the players of the competition so far. She's had an outstanding start. She's putting up lots of shots at a high percentage. She needs to continue to combine with Tutua and go to the post like she has been over the past couple of weeks.
Okay, down the other end, Althea Byfield, she's got a big ass today, up against the world's best shooter in Irene van Dijk.
Well, Keenan actually pinpointed it when she said her players need to concentrate on their own game. Byfield needs to continue to go for the ball and not concentrate too much on Van Dijk, but if she does that, it could be dangerous.
Well, we are just moments away to send a pass off here at Trust Stadium. It's going to be big. Northern Mystics up against Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic. Can the Mystics make it 3 from 3? Who knows? Before we take a break, we catch up with Northern Mystics and Silver Ferns goal attack, Maria Tutua, who's glad to be home.
Home is where the heart is, and you know, being home, happy people make happy players, so Noel says, and I definitely am a true believer of that. I used to train here at Trust Stadium many years back when it first you know, got built, so you know, this is home for me. The venue's very familiar to me. You know, training with Catherine Latu and Temapara George would be something different for me, which is great, which is a great challenge for me this year.
But what tremendous pressure built up by the Magic defenders.
Oh God, I know this will be the one game that I do not want to lose. So yeah, it's going to be extremely weird. It's going to be some great fun playing against, you know, my really good mates, Irene and Casey and Laura and, you know, the rest of them. But yeah, for me it'll just be another game, making sure that you know, I've clinical in everything that I do, that I do everything that I can for my teammates, and just being there to support them.
The Northern Mystics have never beaten the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic, but is this the day all that changes? Round 3 of the ANZ Championship, and it starts with a Kiwi local derby at the Trust Stadium in Waitakere, Auckland. And it may be Easter Saturday, but I'll assure you there are no bunnies on this court. No fewer than 14 current or former internationals are in these two sides. And a lot of them know each other's play inside out. Alongside me this afternoon, former Australian captain Catherine Harvey-Williams. Kath, matchups all over the place. Where is this game going to be won or lost?
It's a hard question to answer. I'm nervous. The players look nervous. We are in for a scorcher this afternoon. There's talent all over the court. The mid-court could possibly tell the story. Strong mid-courts, but the team that gets on top in that area will be the team that goes away with a victory this afternoon.
The Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic take the court, and of course we have to talk about the two former, I guess, Waikato players now playing in the other colours. The Magic without Jolene Henry and Maria Tutua. A big game for them today.
Those two players wouldn't have felt this nervous excitement for a long time, Jenny. They will want to play a huge part in today's game. They want to prove to the Magic and show them what they're missing. So I expect big games from Tutua and Jolene Henry.
Certainly it has the atmosphere of a test match at the Trust Stadium. And we see young Grace Rasmussen at wing attack for the Mystics. A lot of pressure on her.
Yes, look, she's an underrated player. She'll play a role, and expect Jenny May Coffin to come on and take her place. But I think the Mystics have got it right in the way they mixed up this team.
And I wonder how many of the crowd have come to see this player, Althea Byfield. She's sort of the Jamaican jumping bean, really, isn't she? She'll have putting a lot of pressure on Van Dyke today.
Certainly got a work cut out for her, but again, another key player. In fact, there are key roles all over the court. Expect a huge game. It's going to be a close one. The winner is hard to tip.
And great to hear it is virtually a capacity crowd here at the Trust Stadium at Waitakere. More than 4,000 spectators. So a big job for this young ball carrier, Jessica Richmond, flanked by today's umpires, Liz Boone and Bobby Brown, and she'll give the ball to Laura Langman. Langman, the Magic skipper this year for 2010. And we're set for the first quarter, Magic Mystics. And sideline with us this afternoon, former Silver Fern Tanya Dalton. And is it going to come down to, which shooting circle can absorb all the pressure?
Yeah, look, I think there's combinations all throughout, but, Latu and Tutua have proven themselves over the last couple of weeks. I guess the big one is Brown and Van Dyke done this, and they certainly need to lift their performance. But I just have to say, Jen, this is the most amazing atmosphere here. I can hardly hear myself talk, which probably isn't a bad thing, but I think we are in for a humdinger.
And we can tell from the reception of that first goal to the Magic, they certainly have a fair number of supporters here in Auckland.
Casey Williams has gone hunting already. It's a sign of things to come. She's had a quiet start to the season, Williams. She'll be keen to improve her performance.
Tara George strongly through on her international teammate. Comes up to her armpits.
And with Dyke using that top of the circle, opening it up for Brown on the base.
Round 2, Catherine will want a stronger game than that she had last week against the Steel.
Yeah, you can already tell that there's a change in game strategy. It looks like they'll look for each other a lot more in the circle. They've messed around with the ball too much over the past couple of weeks.
Latu, it looked good, but she was just off balance on that baseline. So here's a turnover for the visitors.
And one of Casey Williams' strengths is pushing the shooter off that baseline, not giving them room.
Good pressure from the Northern Mystics, stopping the Mystics in their track, the Magic in their tracks. Oh, unlucky for Byfield.
Just needed to hang in the air another second.
Francis Stolia did well just to keep that ball in play.
Yeah, there we go. There's the link. They wouldn't have done that 2 weeks ago.
No, they weren't doing it on Monday night against the Southern Steel. So good that they're zoning on Van Dyke under the hoop.
And what that'll do, that'll stop Byfield come out and go hunting for the ball, which is a key part of her game.
Bad mistake from the Northern Mystics. That centre pass straight out over the sideline.
Van Dyke coming out of the circle a lot. It's obviously part of the plan. Get Byfield out of the action.
Scholes coming right up on the transverse line to help out.
Yeah.
Byfield into the arms of Langman.
I didn't think we'd see the backflip quite so early in the game.
Wait for the salt to come.
Take a look at this from Althea Byfield.
At least she's still going to come out and have a go. It's a natural part of her game. She just can't get locked in that circle worrying about Van Dyke.
But look at this lead the Magic have built up very early on.
You don't want to read too much into it because it is early stages, but once the Magic gets some confidence, you've got to look out.
And they have been slow to start. So, Van Dyke free as a bird. The Mystics can't afford any more of those.
And Cav, Peter Scholes so good at putting pressure on that centre pass.
Yes, it's one of her great strengths. Ball retention by the Magic is very good at this stage.
Step is the call. So here's a chance for the Northern Mystics just to peg one of these goals back. They trail by 5.
Tutua coming out, being a third feeder.
Latu had her arms up saying, give it to me. He doesn't generally miss from under the post. And the Mystics put a stop to that flood of goals to the Magic. Miscommunication there. And that ball flies into the arms of Byfield.
Lovely vision by the Mystics. They're looking long. And that's brilliant.
Williams quickly into her work this afternoon.
And Temapara George, she gives herself a little clap. She was gutted with that turnover, but they've got it back.
Sometimes you can get overconfident too when you have a good start.
Oh, this pace just slows down for a moment for this game.
And if you watch Jolene Henry, always looks long, always looking into the circle, loves feeding that long ball in.
Williams called. Mystic supporters like that call.
Latu is so difficult to get around if it's one-on-one. It's a great strength.
The momentum swings the way of the Northern Mystics, and we've got a timeout call.
Solia calling that. I'm not sure. She seems to have an issue with her leg.
Only 5 minutes into the game, Catherine. You thought they might have lasted a little longer than this?
Seems commonplace to have plenty of timeouts in the game of netball these days, but obviously she's struggling.
And a lot of talk here from this Mystic side.
You know what I mean? Run through with her, run through with her. Get a bit closer off the centre pass. But too much closer. Their ball, is it? Yeah. Is it their ball? Here we go. Get this ball back. Work it.
So plenty of talk in that Magic huddle. Upbeat Nolene Taurua. Work, get this ball. That's what it's all about.
Taurua telling Scholes to keep tight on Rasmussen. I thought she was doing a pretty good job.
6-3, the Magic lead, the Northern Mystics.
Find a distraction, goal attack.
That's what they're so good at, the Mystics, just looking in.
Just as I said, Latu doesn't miss from there. She does. Scholes. Finding Todd. Better pace down the court from the Magic. Oh, that was unlucky for the Mystics. They've done well just to prevent the Magic shooters getting that ball.
Contact, goal defence, penalty pass or
Bit of
shot.
argy-bargy going on in the circle. Henry gets the whistle.
On the ball, goalkeeper. Barnage contact, wing attack. Barnage instruction, goal attack.
Byfield again through, just unable to control it. That was a bit sloppy.
Yes.
Byfield had Van Dijk covered and Langman still went for it.
Pass or shot. Yes.
There's a gimme for the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic. They pull that margin back out to 5 goals. Holy moly. Those spectators probably get a little more closer to the action than they'd anticipated.
Relax, Jen, I'm still here.
I thought she'd flattened you on the way.
You didn't even care then, did you?
Some of those spectators would be excited about having some of Jolene Henry's sweat on them.
Who are you again?
Better hold and watch her slot this. She won't miss. I shouldn't put the commentator's curse.
Contact.
Halfway mark of the first quarter, 8-4 in favour of the Magic.
Just need to tighten up on Solia with that centre pass. She gets most of the Magic's centre passes.
Lovely little ball from Langman.
Kath Van Dijk coming out of the circle quite a bit this quarter.
Yes, it's unusual, but I guess they want Brown and Henry to go one-on-one in the circle and also try and cut Byfield out of the action because she is dangerous, particularly on with the high ball.
High in the air, George. Go for that ball.
Look at Tutua. Every time she gets the ball, she looks straight in for Latu. That's what you want. Latu is a good, strong target. Never seen Van Dijk come out of the circle so much.
Yeah.
Caught in that pocket, though, isn't she? Trying to work out how to get out of there.
Wing defence causing penalty pass. Barnage instruction, goal.
Look at that elevation.
And the away arm.
And that's exactly why the game plan is for Van Dijk to come out, because Byfield is so good on the high ball.
Contact, goal attack, 3 hard.
The Magic leaders pass and cutting, trying to hit that circle edge.
Oh, Mystics nearly had that. They've got it this time, though. Courtesy of a stepping call against Van Dijk.
Well, it surprised me she didn't stop and put it up
Yes.
then. Mid-range, well in her range. Whoa!
Ooh, that's a bit late on Langman. Byfield, she's a bit of a quite a theatrical talent herself.
Well, at least they can all smile.
Beautiful play.
Latu taking her time to make sure of it. Oh, another little push from the Northern Mystics.
Again, a solid feed from Tutua. Like you said, Kath, always looking into her fellow shooter.
Williams doesn't miss many rebounds.
Latu got a good way off the ground, though, to contest that rebound. Good to see. Long ball down to Solia. Oh, nice little duck from Van Dijk.
Yet to miss one, the Magic.
Yeah, off balance, Jodie Brown.
This is where the Magic are slow to get back.
Catherine Latu just threw her hands.
There's some great play going on, but there's some really sloppy play too. You've got to give credit to the defence, I guess.
Scholes, eyes up her options. Finds Solia. Oh, Byfield has another crack. Caught out. And the 5-goal margin is restored. Timeout this time called by the Mystics.
The wily, smart Temepara George. She's obviously the go-to person when they need a timeout, and the game is drifting away for them slightly.
Yeah, just another little push then by the Magic, but isn't it toing and froing? The momentum going this way, then that.
It's interesting too, Jenny. They're not out of it, the Mystics. They're just creating their own mistakes. They can cut those out, they'll get back in this game.
Also, don't forget the text LZ to 230 to win the
So if you look, and he looked back down,
you can win one of 2 LZ 32 inch TVs or an LG mobile 5GW24.
It doesn't know what Ireland's coming out top. So one of you needs to shut down the top. Okay? March hard on yours to the side and cut to the top. Casey's getting ball hungry, fake it for the ball, and then play under her or play around her.
Assistant Mystics coach Deb Fuller having plenty to say. And look, Tanya Dalton, Tiara Hakinen almost totally concentrating on Catherine Latu.
Yeah, certainly she's worked a lot with Latu. Look, on Latu's there or thereabout, there's just been a couple of stray balls that, you know, if she pulled in, they were going to be beautiful, but she's just managed to fall off the back of the line. So they've got, I think for the Mystics, they've picked up the odd tip, but the luck isn't going their way at the moment. I think it's still very much of a match just in terms of both these sides.
If you want to talk Latu, the reason they've been successful in the past couple of weeks is she's put up about 8 goals a quarter, currently just sitting at 3 goals. She want to improve that.
11-6, the Magic leading the Northern Mystics. Just over 3 minutes remaining in this first quarter. And it's a quarter that's gone one way, then the other.
We heard Temepara George say fake, you know, put it round Casey Williams, do something different, don't always give it to her. Got to vary that pass into that circle.
Quick hands from young Grace Rasmussen. Oh, that ball went nowhere other than Peter Scholes. Oh, same sort of mistake at the other end. Oh, the Mystics regather and rebuild.
George doing a lot of work around this transverse line, trying to penetrate into the goal third.
Yeah, beat up on Tutua. She came in, she pulled her defence off, opened it up for Latu. Simple pass from George.
Oh, nice feed. Not easy to do against Byfield.
The Magic seeming far more keen to put that ball in more quickly, certainly than last week against the Steel.
Magic. I beg your pardon, Mystics. Sorry, yeah. Contact, penalty passes.
Williams goes for a slide. And he'll get up and have to stand down.
Yes. Varnish spinning out of court.
Bouncing unkindly for the Northern Mystics. There's too much on that ball for Blanca Solia. So we are getting a fair few errors, aren't we, in this first 15 minutes?
We're extending players, you'd say. Putting balls.
Pausing centre, penalty pass, Mystic. Obstruction, both out.
Oh, there it is. Latu, she loves that in and out.
She hasn't been doing that much over the past couple of weeks, which is good. But I guess when the pressure's on, you revert to what you know.
And often just that one too many.
Look at the penalty count. Certainly evened up towards the end of this first quarter. chance now for the Magic to get one more goal before quarter time.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
George was there. I guess they've thrown the toss-up out the window.
We did have one last season.
That's what the Magic wanted. That's how they would have wanted to end that quarter. And there is the whistle for the end of the first 15 minutes here at the Trust Stadium. And we go to the break with the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic leading the Northern Mystics by 14 goals to 9.
Where are you from, Rachel?
Not trying to get as close as
Okay, now here we go, Rachel.
Ball
There's
to
massive
ball
ANZ
hits,
dice.
but they can't touch
All
it.
you've got to do is
But
pick
we're
it up.
trying to get as close to the ball. Back yourself.
With us so far.
Right,
If you hit an even number, ANZ, if you hit an even number,
Attack, I want you to go higher. At the moment, you're coming back on her and just parallel. Yes, so go higher just to offer the easy outlet.
$120 worth of ANZ Netball points, which will get you from here
There's
to
the
here.
word from the two coaches at quarter time at Trust Stadium with the Magic leading the Northern Mystics 14-9. Kath Harvey-Williams, there's very little in it.
Yeah, it's very close, Jenny, particularly if you look at the attempts. There's only 4 in it there, but the margin is 5 goals. The percentage for the Mystics down on what it's been over the past couple of weeks where they've shot around the 90% mark. They'll have to improve there. But they're certainly in this game. They just have to cut out the errors.
Interesting seeing Tiara Hakinen telling her shooter, Catherine Latu, back yourself, just back yourself. So just about set for the beginning of the second quarter at the Trust Stadium at Waitakere in Auckland.
The Mystics have only converted 4 of their 12 centre passes, so they'll want to get off to a good start here.
Mystics centre pass for the start of the second quarter. Larissa Wilcox coming through to help out.
Contact keeper, penalty pass.
Tanya Dalton, the Mystics trail by 5. What do they have to do?
Oh, look, I don't think there's anything in this game. I think the Mystics, they just need to, like Tiara Hakinen said to her shooters there, you're in charge of the ball. Who cares where you are in that circle? Back yourself, put it up. And I'm sure we'll see a different performance from Latu today. And I think the big thing is the feeders. You need to look after your shooters. You've got to give them quality ball, and then they'll deliver in terms of putting the shots in.
Great contesting on the side of the circle by the Mystics.
Edge of the circle, guys.
Sunpipe taking the time just to balance herself. And by Rasmussen now. Back to her skipper. Oh, a very uncharacteristic mistake from Timmy Pata-George. You don't see that often.
You certainly don't. And look at her. Look for her to try and get this back, I bet.
She's had a good game so far too. She's right in the thick of things, both offensively and defensively, as is this woman.
For any young defender, that away hand, the way she comes round, get round so cleanly.
And you dream of that elevation. Oh, nice feed, Brown. She's
How did that ball get through? The coaching staff liked it, that's for sure.
She releases it so quickly, Brown. It doesn't give Byfield time to get even a hand up.
Advantage offside, centre. Advantage obstruction and offside. Advantage contact, centre.
She's another one who's having a very much better game this afternoon. Now clear this margin out to 7. Jodie Todd goes hunting, gets a hand to it.
Sideline.
Retrieves herself from the crowd.
Sideline.
Always looking.
Obstruction, shortening keeper. Advantage not behind, goal defence.
That must have been very close to a hell ball.
I think all the crowd behind me thought so.
Inside the goal defence.
And Irene van Dijk, she's always having a laugh.
Having a great time.
They're winning.
Doreen Henry coming through strongly.
Contact, goal attack. Penalty pass.
Magic will get it. Finally get this ball, get us back in action. Taking your time here, the Magic. They're being forced back by the Mystics.
Oh, Rasmussen just missed that.
And take that, says Scholes.
What do you call that pass, Kat?
I'm sick of passing it around.
Oh, I'm an Aussie. Watch this.
A one-handed pass, Aussies are renowned for.
Great to see.
And she has a little smile, Jodie Brown.
Going well though, Brown. 8 from 9. Last 3 goals go the way of the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic. And push that lead out to 21-12.
Sometimes it looks so easy for the Mystics. You go over the mess straight into Latu. Need to do that more often. Brown's really in this game, doing a lot of work.
Langman and George have fantastic tussle.
Oh, disappointment for George. That looked beautifully clean, I have to say. Oh, the crowd tell you what they think. Oh, hey.
The power of the voice.
Gee, I thought only the Invercargill crowd could do that.
The Mystics, they need to score this.
Does that so well to play the drive to the top.
Oh, short pass. I thought that ball had gone.
Arms up, pass a shot.
Now it's a shot before it was just a pass. Williams out of play.
Oh, another costly miss for Tutua.
Advantage obstruction, centre.
Fabulous work, Larissa Wilcox.
Yep, the defenders need to be wary of Brown. She's got quick hands.
She has really stepped up this afternoon. And perhaps, Kath, we've talked about, haven't we, this lack of pre-season for the Magic. Are they just going to get better and better?
Well, that's the word from the camp. Slow off the mark, but right into the season, they'll come good. You just don't want to drop too many games too early.
Well done, Grace Rasmussen. I thought she just about got round cleanly for that.
They're getting into danger territory now, the Mystics. They really need to start reeling a few goals in.
There's one. Oh, just no one to give it to.
You've still got to let it go, though, Jenny. You just throw it up.
Yeah, and you work so hard for that turnover.
Take another look at this. She goes out, gets it, and just...
I don't know who she was blaming there, to be honest.
Anyone, everyone.
Oh, Brown pops through.
Good thing about Brown is she's driving through the top of the circle, so it lures one defender away from Van Dijk. She's got to keep that up.
Obstruction, both players aside. Not set.
Not set. That dreaded call that shooters hate. Or any player for that matter.
1 centimetre out of line. Look what happens. Stupid rule. Oh, am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, sure.
I'm sure you are.
I'm sure you'll get a letter in the post, Kath.
So play just becoming a little bit untidy. Halfway through the second quarter, 10 goals between these two sides. I don't think any of us picked that.
Thing is, though, the Mystics are picking up lots of balls, 12 deflections to just 3, and an equal amount of intercepts. So it's their attacking end that really needs to lift their game. 10 o'clock.
Be happy campers, that little row of Waikato rugby jerseys in the crowd.
Latu coming right out of the circle, taking control. And sometimes you need to do that as a shooter if you've been a bit off. Get out there, pass and cut yourself.
So the Mystics fight back. Oh, yes, they're going to get away with it, the Northern Mystics.
She milked that one, Temapara George.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes, though, out there at the moment.
You should have seen the facials from this angle.
Battle encouraged Byfield.
She won't shoot, Latu. Don't know why. 10 out of 11.
Oh, quick hands from these
A smile from
Magic
Latu.
defenders. And that was thanks to the work of this woman. Strong in the air. Little tippy toes. And a timeout called, this time by the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic. Looks like Jodie Brown receiving some attention. And if you think this crowd is loud, it is. It's well up over 4,000. The official number, 4,230.
Soft on taking the ball. Your movements are beautiful. I want more extension, more commitment onto the ball. Your movements are beautiful. Get final finish.
So Irene van Dijk getting a good talking to there. More extension, more commitment, Kat.
Your movements are beautiful. The words from the coach. Just want to play once here, but she's telling Van Dijk to pull it in a little bit more strongly. One thing the Mystics have improved on this season compared to last is that they don't let a team run away from them. They're showing a lot of character, but they do need to pull in a goal or two before half-time.
Yeah, 23-16 in favour of the Magic. What a lovely pass!
And there, the big high five from Rasmussen and George. And that can lift a team.
Into the last 5 minutes of the first half.
They've got to con on to that, the Mystics. It's happening all the time now.
She's getting that front cut, isn't she, Jodie Brown? And doing it well.
Rasmussen looking for someone, finding Henry.
Tutua coming right out, drawing a defender off. Oh. And a move Latu's so good at, that up and the roll around, gets her head round quickly, which is the key.
Excellent patience by the Mystics too.
Oh, again, I feel battling. Oh! A little case of the Byfield for Van Dijk. Just not getting that ball away quickly enough.
I was just about to say she took that ball so strongly.
Top through like a lightning bolt.
It's really heading up too out there. You can just see the game becoming more physical, all players more desperate.
David Tutua did fight here the other night.
12 rounds.
Henry thought about lifting that big one in. Peter Scholes has done it. We all know Henry can do it. Latu holding you beautifully.
Oh, great little pop pass.
A little bit of new resolve here from the Mystics. 3 in a row. And we're back to 24-20.
Oh,
Unlucky Henry.
Good luck, Byfield, 2-on-1.
Well done, Rasmussen. To tidy up.
Tutua needed to go more strongly to that ball.
Yeah, Williams claps her hands together. She knows she's won that one.
And the game's so tight. So those little things that do make a difference. It's brilliant by the Magic. Defense is really tightened up by both sides.
all three of them having a turn.
Byfield's having a fine game, but out of action on this occasion.
Brown shooting with confidence.
Players are having to work really hard around this mid-court.
Van Dijk not even looking at the post. She will this time. So now it's the Magic having a push.
Just being patient, the Mystics, which is what their coach has asked of them. It's terrific defence by the Magic so far. They're not wasting the ball.
Beautifully taken, Latu. She's not looking to the heavens, she's looking to the sky, scoreboard.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect pass.
Pinpoint accuracy.
Langman placed beautifully for the rebound, if you can call it that. Oh, there we go! I tell you what, she looks like business. What a way to finish the first half here at the Trust Stadium at Waitakere. And we go to the halftime break. It's the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic leading the Northern Mystics 29-21. Things are amping up at the Trust Stadium in Waitakere, Auckland. It's half-time between the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic and the Northern Mystics. The Magic in front, 29-21. But really, Catherine Harvey-Williams, the score doesn't tell the whole story, does it?
No, it's a pretty tight game out there. The only thing letting the Mystics down is their turnover rate. In terms of deflections and intercepts, they are leading the scoreboard against the Magic, and also their shooting percentage. They were top of the table after 2 rounds, but currently only shooting at 78%. They need to lift in that area, but they certainly are in this game. They're getting plenty of ball.
And Tanya Dalton, that first half, it was a battle, wasn't it? We saw at one stage the Magic get out, I think, to 11 goals, but didn't happen. And much to do with the work of this woman, Althea Byfield, for the Mystics.
Yeah, she's certainly amazing to watch. That elevation, the way she gets up, anything cross-court or up high, she'll have a go, and one of the best away hands I have ever seen. So she's making Van Dijk work. You've seen Van Dijk having to change her game plan. She's coming out, she's moving it. And I think the bit that's impressing me down there, Jodie Brown, the feeds she is putting into Van Dijk has certainly been impressive today.
And Catherine, she's not only a good netball player, is she? Althea Byfield's an entertainer.
She is, and she's a character, and she's one of the reasons that people come and watch this game. She has great elevation, she likes the theatrics, and she certainly can play the game. So no complaints from the Mystics in terms of recruiting Althea Byfield, and I think this man will be happy. He's an Aucklander. Steve Price enjoying himself.
Yeah, the crowd are really getting into this, particularly that fan.
It's a game for all the ages.
This is like a test match atmosphere. So, half-time at the Trust Stadium, 29-21, the Magic lead the Mystics. Half-time in Auckland, it's the Waikato Bay 20 Magic leading the Mystics 29-21. And Tanya Dalton, tell us about these changes to the Northern Mystics.
Yeah, a number of changes. Jolene Henry swings over to wing defence. Kayla Cullen, 18 years old, comes in at goal defence. Jenny May Coffin, the veteran, in at centre. And Temapara George back to wing attack.
So Kath Harvey-Williams, a lot of changes there for the Mystics.
Yeah, but probably not surprising. They are 8 goals down. They need to do something. It's interesting. Cullen debuted against the Thunderbirds a couple of weeks ago at goal defence. She lists in the program her positions as being goal attack, wing attack and goal shooter. So she's pretty adept at those positions. Let's see how she goes against someone who's in form in Jodie Brown.
And look forward to the clash between Temapara George at the wing attack now up against Peter Scholes. That should be a beauty.
Scholes was getting on top of Rasmussen, I thought, toward the end of that second quarter. So it's a change that needed to be made that they have been making on a regular basis and one that's been working for them. So let's see how they progress.
Expect fireworks as the third quarter begins at Trust Stadium. It's the Magic in possession. Nice take, Latu. Oh, Jodie Todd gets a tip to it. Well, Magic coach Nolene Taurua, you must be pleased at halftime. What's the message?
Yeah, I am pleased. We've been able to do what we set ourselves to do in the first place, so it's more of that.
Nolene, you've got to be impressed with this lady's performance so far, Jodie Brown.
Yeah, I am. I think, you know, she had a good start against Vixens and she consolidated herself last week, and I was pretty proud. But she's doing the business. She's making the good calls.
Thanks, Nolene.
So a fast and furious start to the third quarter. Scholes hefts that across court to Solia. Oh, Brown on 1 foot.
And Van Dyke had Drew Byford out there, came in, but just couldn't hang on to it.
With the changes that the Mystics have made, they'll be wanting to make some inroads early on now, otherwise the game will get away from them.
And how must this young Kayla Cullen be feeling?
She'll be loving it. It's what you dream about.
Oh, great tip from Laura Langman. So the Mystics will want to make something from this. Mystics coach Tiara Hakinen, a lot of changes for you at halftime. Take us through them.
Jenny May on at centre, and we just want to get good service into our shooting end. It was starting to come, but we just wanted a change in there.
You've obviously got a lot of faith in Kayla Cullen, putting her in against someone who's in form.
Kayla's an athlete, and she'll wear anyone down, and that's the aim, is to tire Jodie and put some pressure on her.
Thanks.
They've scored the last 3 goals, the Mystics, so this is what she wanted to happen thanks to those changes.
Cullen must be an athlete if she can go from an attacking player to a defensive player at this level. And she is.
Look at her stick on Jodie Brown. That was obviously her instructions.
Remember catching that game against the Thunderbirds, she came out cool, calm, looked like she'd been playing there all the time.
Yes, it was an impressive debut.
Oh, well done, Brown. Great rebound. Bumps the young one aside. Brown just getting a hand to that, tapping it down. Time for the Mystics to regroup.
Tutua has been spot on with her passes to Latu today.
Going backward for Mystics. Build again.
Yeah, showing good patience. Waiting till the right ball can go into their shooters.
Unfortunate for Mystics, they've got that ball into the circle.
Tutua just 2 goals in that last quarter. She did feed off a lot to Latu, but maybe she needs just to bring herself into the game a little bit more from a shooting perspective, just to change it up down there.
No mistake worth the penalty. Oh, Solia sandwiched by the Mystics defence. Not sure who that ball was for.
Van Dijk asking Langman to go wide.
And that's why the Mystics are still a chance. The Magic are making enough errors so they can stay in the game. They just need to close the gap.
Oh.
Lucky.
They'll take it, say the Mystics.
She's so high, Temepara George. Trying to help her team penetrate that mid-court.
Oh, so mistakes on both ends of the court through terrific defensive pressure from both sides. So a bit of a settling down period. Van Dijk hears the call from Langman.
Gee, she's on fire, Brown now.
Cullen nicely through, strongly helping bring that ball down.
Brown pushing it. Excessive contact there.
Well done, Latu, cleaning up. Tutua will thank her for that. And this battle here just shows how close this game is. Look at that, Brown's all over her.
The new Magic versus the old.
Oh, fantastic. Applause all round for that ball from Jolene Henry.
It's worth more than 1 goal, a pass like that.
Oh, great pressure on Solia from Henry.
It's made a difference, Henry, out at wing defence, just slowing up that mid-court.
Oh, unlucky, but they've got the call, the Northern Mystics.
Yeah, and that's what they need to do. They need to come up with these rebounds. Oh, Kayla Cullen, welcome to the Big Girl League. And George setting up a screen for Cullen there.
Strong drive, George. Just where you want to be.
Quick hands to Daya. Nice play. pensive-looking Mystics bench. Jodie Brown holding onto a knee, going to the sideline.
And the crowd don't like it.
What do you think, Tanya? Time out, or is she hurt?
Yeah, timely time, I think. The Mystics were just starting to get a little run on there, growing in confidence. So let's have a listen.
Terrific animation from all those players and coaches there. Yes, even that fan's got something to say as well. There's only 4 games in this, 4 points I should say in this game. 34-29, the Magic still ahead of the Mystics. But my word, Kath, the Mystics have made a good start to the third quarter.
They have, and you have to attribute that to the changes. It often works with Coffin coming on in the midcourt and George at wing attack. It just changes up the mix and throws the opposition off their game.
Halfway through the third quarter. Oh, Langman going strongly through. She's been called.
Lato effective with another rebound.
Break through the 5-goal barrier and have scored the last 3 goals.
Tutua is really coming to the game this quarter. It's making a difference.
Van Dijk, no one to pass to. The crowd love it. Nothing like a 3-second call, but oh, they've got to look. Assistant coach Deb Fuller going mad on the sideline.
And Coffin knew where she was supposed to be.
They did so well to win that possession. Now they've got to do it again.
Oh,
Step up by Phil.
I don't know whether Tutua heard a whistle or thought she heard one, which was pretty relaxed then.
Cullen just dropping back onto Van Dijk, but Brown's been so good this game. Spot on with those feeds.
Byfield, clean.
So casual with her take sometimes, Latu.
This is turning into a real treat. 35-31. Oh, that's high. How did she get that?
Scholes and George are having a terrific tussle.
Oh, Langman putting a hand up. Yes, miss, it was me.
Both shooters coming in together, squeezed in.
Smart play, George. She was under pressure to get rid of that ball.
Clever.
You know those who've got caught smart when they produce something like that.
It was a shame that was called back almost. That was a terrific tip from Solia, whether it was intended or not.
That was intended all right, Jenny.
Beautiful.
Whoa. Oh. I'd love to see the speed of that bounce pass from Latu then. Latu seems to be coming alive.
She's
smile.
Having a good time. Oh, nicely done, Jodie Brown. She was just left untended for a moment. coffin.
Going back. Where would they be without Henry? Going back to her quite a bit.
Oh, did Todd touch that? Yes, says the umpire.
She looked guilty from the start. You've got to hide that guilt.
Barnes contact, wing defence.
She's come alive. So the goal's going with each centre pass. I can't believe how quickly this third quarter's gone. We're down to the last 3 minutes. 38-34 in favour of the Magic.
Good position,
Oh,
Langman.
yeah, yes. A nice switch, Cullen.
They've really got to make the most of this. Start getting into the Magic psyche.
Here, you have it.
Yeah. I wouldn't want it if I was AD.
They just can't break that 4-goal barrier.
The tension on Te Ara Hakinen's face.
And you'd have to say, Kath, they've had their opportunities.
Without question.
Fires it down again.
She's got to be
Byfield.
best on court, Jenny, for mine. So far, anyway.
I think it's just a matter of finding the ball. Been retrieved. Oh, well done again, Jodie Brown. How often have we said that this afternoon? Oh. Cheeky pass right over the head of Kayla Cullen. Doesn't look as though it's impressed the coach.
Prerequisite of being a coach, Jenny, you can't smile.
She'd be good at poker, wouldn't she?
Natu's missed just one game for the match. Van Dijk 2.
Van Dijk. Oh, well done. Good pressure, but Tutua is called for the contact.
Todd was on top of Tutua early, but I think Tutua's had the better of her this quarter.
What a surprise. Byfield's on the floor. Into the last minute. 5 goals in it. Mystics with the centre pass. Oh, George retrieves. Playing with confidence in the circle, those two.
Mystics will want to slow this up, trying to obstruct or contact. Yeah, smart play, Tutua. But there may be enough time for the Magic to score.
Yeah, Tutua. She's taking her time. Standing beside.
Oh, a chance gone for the Northern Mystics.
Yeah, she read the time wrong there, Henry.
And Casey Williams just about up into the stands to get this ball. They'll have to be quick. Whoa. I think Francis Solia was going to try and shoot that herself. The whistle goes for the end of the third quarter. This game has elevated to something special because we go to the break with 15 minutes remaining. It's the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic just in front of the Northern Mystics, 40 goals to 36. Just 15 minutes left in this local derby at Waitakere. It's the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic just in front of the Northern Mystics. 40 goals to 36. Kath Harvey-Williams, 44 apiece in a 10.
Look, it's really tight, Jenny. It's anyone's game. The Mystics reduce the deficit by 4 goals in that quarter. They'll need to do the same to get back on even keel with the Magic. It's tight, but if the Mystics are going to win, they need to start penetrating early. Once they can start making the Magic feel a bit wobbly. That could be their game.
We are just about set for the final quarter, the final stanza in this game, which has delivered all that was promised.
And Jen, I just want to jump in there. Larissa Wilcox has come back on the court at win defence. Henry swings back to goal defence. These are the only changes for this quarter.
We are poised for an exciting final quarter. Oh, early mistake from the Mystics. Cough up possession.
I'm surprised at the change that the Mystics have made, Jenny. The Magic only scored 11 goals in that third quarter, so defensively they were doing the job.
So the Magic with this chance. Oh, terrific work. But, oh, that's a late call.
Offside, she's claiming the umpire.
So, Magic have another go. Oh, Langman not wanting to put that ball in.
It's one of the few feeds from Brown that has gone awry. Oh, toe on the line. What's the rule, Jenny?
Well, I thought that was fine, actually.
So did I.
Never mind, one of those things. Oh, Langman doing well to go high, popping that ball out over the sideline.
Gee, she works hard, Langman, defensively particularly.
Captain of the Magic this year, Langman.
No ball is easy out there at the moment.
And the crowd yells, no mistakes.
What a good target Latu's been.
Get ready for the roof to come off the stadium.
I thought it was open air already.
Oh, puts it high.
No one can do that.
Clean as a whistle. Oh, and that ball not bouncing the way of the Magic. Here come the Mystics.
Oh, have a shot, Latu. Pressure.
Oh.
And listen to this crowd. They love it.
You know you're a chance when your shooter produces something like that in a pressure cooker situation.
The arrogance of Latu then, sensational.
Latu's gone to another level.
That V's kicked in.
Look at the battle between these two.
That was excellent, Casey Williams. She held strong. Latu picked up the contact.
You would not believe the number of instructions coming from this crowd to the players. Experts, all of them. Magic now taking their time. Still in front by 2. No smiles from Van Dijk. It's business time. It might have been on. Van Dijk kept moving.
Yeah. Thought Byfield was onto that one.
Again, perfect pass. Tutua becoming a little more animated. Again, getting a hand to it.
The defence is just relentless.
Oh, good pressure on the centre pass from the Mystics. But the Magic find their way to the shooting circle. Well done, Byfield again. A little bit of magic of her own.
I think that's one Van Dijk would have usually have caught, but it hit the net.
You just need to steady here, Mystics.
Oh, I thought Langman was going to clean that up. And they've got the call. Look at Casey Williams applauding that call from umpire Liz Boone. They don't muck around when they're given a ball like that. This is where the Mystics will just want to steady here. Settle down. Oh, a gift to Jolene Henry.
They just seem to cough it up when the pressure's really on. The Mystics, they need to score from this. Strong leadership, George. She's in everything. That was a bit silly by Wilcox. She was never a chance of that one. You don't want your players out of play.
Timeout called. It looks as though it's come from
Maria Tutua.
Yeah. Going back very slowly to your side of the court, Tanya.
Yep, she's got her head down, and I think this is legit. She's not looking flash.
Something to knock in the stomach earlier on.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks most uncomfortable. What a blow it would be if the Mystics lost her.
Without question, one of the reasons they are well and truly in this game and sitting second on the ladder is because of the combination between Tutua and Latu. They're as good as they come at the moment.
And certainly from a New Zealand point of view, such a promising combination of the future once Catherine Latu becomes eligible for New Zealand selection. And they're having a great old battle, these two today, Latu and Casey Williams.
Well, Casey's pulled up some great intercepts and got some good ball, but I think Latu's just had the edge. Just with her hold, she's just so hard to get around, despite the fact that Casey Williams is the best goalkeeper going around.
Latu's such a cool customer. Tutua is all right, makes her way back on court. Beautifully poised this game. 9 minutes remaining, 4 goals between them. And Jenny May Coffin gets this going. Wide ball to Latu. Todd, good pressure on the pass. Oh, great lean, Casey Williams, but she's caught up. It doesn't matter, she just shoots through it. Outstanding.
I think the fans would wish that Latu was eligible now.
Oh, she's certainly shooting with confidence, like this lady here down the end for Magic.
Is that dreaded not fully in the circle?
Yeah.
They've made some silly mistakes like that, the Mystics, though. The rules are rule.
Oh, Brown.
And perhaps there's somebody else the New Zealand selectors will be looking at.
Holding goalkeeper. Really calm shot, Magic. Inside her. Yes.
And that's a nice little push from the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic. They've scored the last 3 goals and just stopped that Mystics momentum in its tracks. Plenty of time to go, though. Only halfway through the last quarter. Solia coming away from 3 defenders. Henry thought about that. Yeah, lovely split from Van Dijk, giving herself plenty of space.
They've held their nerve, the Magic. Every time the Mystics come at them, they just pull away slightly. Can only chase for so long, and then you run out of time.
Latu, yes, she wants it, she gets it.
That looked like hand on the ball from Henry.
Terrific rebounding from the Mystics, and that was a terrific lean, I have to say, from Jolene Henry.
Over Casey Williams, thank you very much.
That's one the Mystics have got back. So we're back where we were at the start of this quarter. 4 goals between these two sides. Now just 6 minutes remaining. Oh, great pass. Unfortunately for the Mystics, she couldn't control it. Tutua doesn't like the call.
No, that looked like Todd hit that one out. Lucky there, the Magic, I feel. And that was at a crucial time too for the Mystics.
Okay, look, for this Magic side, they won't be trying anything too smart. 5 minutes to go.
Ooh, that was almost a very lazy ball that was going to get picked off, but it doesn't. Double teaming, but she pops out anyway, Brown. Oh, Byfield goes high, they'll have another go. Frustration for Byfield.
It's enough to break your heart. Got to give credit to the Magic, though. They are maintaining their composure, still putting in the pressure shots.
Oh, unlucky for the Mystics because they really need to do something about now. Oh, straight into the head of Henry. Well done, Byfield.
She just comes around beautifully, doesn't she?
Oh, that's an unfortunate miss for the Mystics.
That's what these games often come down to, though, Jenny. Shots under pressure. Who lands them, who doesn't?
Oh, good balance, Julia. Oh, you'd want to be watching, wouldn't you?
Van Dijk with just 1 goal, 32 out of 33.
She's been ably supported today by Brown. Really has had a terrific game, Jodie Brown. Not this time. Now the Mystics really need this, and they need to put the foot down.
Now look at this game as a chance gone begging. They've had enough of the ball, just made silly mistakes, crucial times.
Oh, and there's another one. You've got to give it to the Magic. They've held their nerves, they've applied the pressure.
There'll be some tired girls out there after this game. It's been a torrid affair.
She never stops.
Never get bored of watching her.
Casey Williams, anything you can do?
I think she's getting sick of Byfield getting on the limelight. Oh, easy.
So clean.
So just too many goals now for this Mystics side to peg back. They trail by 8. Latu, she's just had a few misses in this final quarter.
They've been feeling pretty good about now, the Magic. Got this one in the bag. Been a good performance too by the side from the Waikato. They've been under pressure in terms of their performances over the past couple of weeks. But looks like they'll still be the #1 team in New Zealand.
And Catherine, interesting, each week they just get that much better. Wilcox certainly not giving up. Into the final minute at the Trust Stadium. And the Mystics are going to have to wait a little bit longer before they can try to beat the Magic. And I'm starting to hear the cowbells now, Tanya Dalton.
Hasn't been like a 9-goal ball game. It's felt much closer. Magic just running away with it now.
So 10 goals, really. The Magic just running it out here. You'd have to say, Catherine, the score won't really reflect the game.
No, it won't. It's been a tight tussle. It's been anyone's game up until the last 10 minutes of this quarter, or even 5 minutes.
So Maria Tutua has the last say, but really the last laugh is with the Magic as the Waikato Bay of Plenty side beat the Northern Mystics by 55 goals to 46. And the crowd started counting down toward the end of that game, so you'd have to say there were a fair number of Waikato supporters in the crowd. And Catherine Harvey-Williams, the Waikato team will be delighted with that win.
Without question. They came here under pressure to maintain their #1 mantle in this country, but they walk away very pleased with themselves, and so they should. The Mystics put a load of pressure on them throughout the game. They kept on coming and coming, but the Magic held their nerve, and I think Jodie Brown particularly was just the settler that the team needed.
And you mentioned it, you talked about it in the final quarter. How interesting that last substitution by Te Ara Hakinen when she took off, you know, it had made a good difference in the third quarter for the Mystics, but she went back to the original defensive combination and perhaps it didn't work.
Yeah, I'd love to ask her about that because, as I said earlier, the Magic were held to just 11 goals in that third quarter, which is a superb defensive effort, and then to change that up probably cost them in the end. So I'd like to hear her answers about that, but I'm not a coach.
And look at the glee in that Magic huddle. They are delighted. And so they should be. With the win 55 to 46. Let's go now to Tanya Dalton, who's joined by Magic captain Laura Langman.
Laws, I think your face says it all. Tell me how you're feeling.
Oh, great. It was a big match for us, and yeah, we've worked really hard this weekend to come out with a game like that. It's way north, so it's good.
Laws, you got out to a solid start. I think you're up by 10. They came back at you, but you held your nerve, and that's something you've got to be proud of your team.
Absolutely. I mean, I think in the past, Magic's been a little bit guilty of losing our nerve, and just our ability in the last couple of games to hold it together when it's tight. Huge up to the girls. It's wicked.
A combination that was certainly on fire and a much improved performance. Jodie Brown and Irene Van Dyke, their combination, is that something you've worked on over the week?
Yeah, it's coming along nicely. Like, we really want to work on our lengths this week, and I think, although there was a few hairy patches, probably by myself, but yeah, it's coming along nice, so it's another step in the right direction for us.
Hey, there's talk that there was a lack of pre-season for you. Was this part of your game plan in terms of hitting your straps a bit later in the season?
Well, we thought from the first game we either were going to find out were we so far off the pace or were we on it. So we didn't really know, to be honest, but it's working quite nicely. We're really looking forward to each game. So yeah, hopefully it's something we can use in the future.
Well, you head over to mighty Brisbane next week. All the best with the fever and well done. Enjoy your Easter.
Thank you. Thanks, Sam.
coming along nicely, Catherine. That's the Langman verdict, and I suppose she's about right, isn't she?
She wasn't sure where they're at after the first game against the Vixens, but I think after beating the Magic, they know exactly where they're at. They're right in the hunt for this championship. There's no doubt about that.
And let's go back now to the court where Tanya Dalton's joined by Mystics captain Temepara George.
Barb, commiserations. Slow start, and then it was catch up, and then you just couldn't get there.
Yeah, we can't give the Magic a 6-goal lead in the beginning because they're a calibre team and they've done their homework, and it was just sort of catch-up netball right throughout the game.
Can you pinpoint where on court you thought it broke down?
Yeah, it was our own mistakes. I think we started to force the ball right throughout the court and into the shooters. I mean, they're quality shooters. We needed to give them good balls. So, yeah, it was our own mistakes in the end.
Okay, Tiara Keenan, she called a number of changes at halftime. They seemed to work for you. I guess one positive, Kayla Cullen, the 18-year-old, came on.
Yeah, it was awesome to have her out there, and I think it worked when she did come on. And she's a youngster, an up-and-coming player that's on there. But, you know, I think every one of us out there needs to step up and play our game and play it well.
Barb, I've got to ask, it's a new side, there's only 3 back from last season. How are you enjoying the change of side and leading the side?
Yeah, it's definitely different. I think it's different right through from the management, and I think that's filtering right down to the team. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, we've got good quality people in there, and it's, yeah, we're having a ball.
Okay, well, onwards and upwards for next week. All the best, and enjoy your Easter.
Thank you.
So the Magic beat the Mystics 55 goals to 46. Back soon with all the analysis.
We'll bring you the best.
The best from both sides of the Tasman. We'll help you with your game for your game.
All you need is a ball and a wall. And making sure that you sprint full effort right to the end. We'll take you on court.
Let's take a closer look. See how Bowden's landed.
So why don't you join us on court?
On court. On court.
Wednesdays, Sky Sport.
Yes, hi there and welcome back to Trust Stadium here in West Auckland. Well, we have just witnessed an absolutely massive clash. Northern Mystics up against the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic. Magic came out on top 55-46, so they were outstanding.
It was magnificent. It was really hard to pick the best players. We gave 3 votes to Jodie Brown because she was just solid from beginning to end. Byfield followed her closely on 2 votes. And Temepara George, she was just the workhorse. She kept on working and working for her side, but just couldn't get them over the line.
Well, over this Easter weekend, we've obviously finished one. We've got more massive clashes to come up. Obviously across the Tasman, the Battle of the Birds, Firebirds up against the Thunderbirds, looking for that elusive win. Tactics up against the Swifts following that, and then yes, Monday night netball, Southern Steel versus the Central Pulse, and finishing off Vixens up against the West Coast Fever. Well, looking at the points table, one team that'll be a lot happier is that Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic team.
I think they'd be happy being near the top of the table rather than the bottom, but a great victory. They deserved it. The Mystics kept on coming and coming, but the Magic just held firm and showed that they are still a quality side.
Yeah, well, the key for you tonight?
Just the combination between Van Dyke and Brown. They kept steady. Van Dyke only missed 1 goal, and that was probably the difference in the end, the goal shooting percentage.
Okay, well, that's our lot here from Trust Stadium, West Auckland. We have had an absolute blast. The Magic on top. Until then, go well.
Sky Netball team styled by Ketski.